Do you have it on tape or anything?
No.
Okay, I would like to say that I'm innocent until proven guilty.
Okay. Well, we're in the fourth week of NALCS with coverage presented by OmniSlash. I'm joined right now by Jensen from Cloud9. Jensen, before we get into anything, I have an eyewitness account that you took your gum before this interview and put it into a recycle container. What do you say about these allegations?
Do you have it on tape or anything?
No.
Okay, I would like to say that I'm innocent until proven guilty.
Okay, good. Well, we'll just go with that. No, you guys swept Team Liquid, and everybody's on this Team Liquid hype train, and you guys might have kind of derailed it just now. And I feel like this is frequently the case with Cloud9, where like there's always like the main story where everybody's like, oh, TSM's so good, everybody's talking about TSM, Team Liquid's so good, blah, 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 you know, maybe Immortals, and then you guys frequently just come in and kind of like, no, we beat them. How do you think that's true? Is it sort of a situation where oftentimes you guys are underrated or underthought about?
Yeah, I definitely feel that it's been a trend almost every season that, we are underrated for whatever reason. I mean, I think it kind of made sense this season since we did swap out like some core members of our roster. So I think it kind of made sense, but even then, like people would still like a bit, I don't know, C9 not really sure, Liquid, etc. probably going to be better. But I think also at the same time, I think the old players that was on the roster, I mean, me, Smoothie, and Sneaky, I think we have also improved a lot. So I think it's just a mix of everything. I think we've just been playing better, and I think that's kind of just why it's showing. And then, of course, Licorice and Svenskaren have been performing very well.
Yeah, I mean, so it seems like the team is integrated fine and everything's good?
Yeah, for sure. The results kind of speak for itself. I think it's going great so far, and I think there's still room for improvement for sure, but I think today was a really clean victory, and I'm very satisfied about it.
Yeah, why, again, so many people I think would have anticipated I think that's a pretty hype match, you versus Team Liquid, but I think a lot of people would have expected to be much closer. What do you think it was that allowed you guys to just so cleanly take the game?
Honestly, I thought the way Team Liquid played was very, very bad. They played a team comp where, if you play Talia against Corki, that matchup, Talia has to force plays on the map, or she just gets straight up outscaled. But I didn't even have to use my TP to get back into lane or anything, and they weren't really pressuring us or invading any of our jungle. So we were kind of expecting that we'd fall behind with the comp we drafted, that, we just have to accept the deficit early on and then just play from there because we have a better late game. But actually, they didn't do anything early on. So, me and Dennis were very confused. We thought we were going to get pressured really hard, through mid and jungle. But they didn't do anything. We were just trading farm mid. Nothing really happened. So I think it's just they didn't play their draft accordingly. They should have definitely been more proactive. Or we just took it slow in the beginning. And then Smoothie had a good roam top. And then, we got an early dragon. So it seemed like they just gave us advantages when they should be the ones getting advantages.
Yeah. So do you think it's just that they didn't know how, if you were to take a guess, do you think it's they just didn't know how to execute that comp well? Or, obviously there's also the possibility that you guys just kind of outplayed them, but based on the way you're talking about it, it seems like they just really didn't know what to do with the tools that they had picked.
Yeah, I think it was just, I don't think we did anything out of the ordinary. We got an early dragon, which is good, but I think they weren't pressuring us at all, which they have to do with the kind of, can't speak right now, with the kind of draft they had. But they weren't. So I think, I don't know, maybe they were playing scared or something. I can't really know, but I didn't feel like we did anything special early on. I think they just didn't do anything.
I want to talk a little bit about Smoothie with you because it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Smoothie. I think for a long time, Smoothie was just kind of around and people talked about him he's a pretty decent support. Feels like this year people are really starting to recognize him. What is his role in the game and sort of what is the position that he takes with the team from a comms perspective and all that?
I'd say he's just a guy that talks a lot. He tries to understand everything that goes on around the map and just tries to call out everything he sees, etc. and tries to make play. He's just really smart about the game. I think he does everything correctly for the most parts. I actually think sometimes he even talks too much. It's hard to communicate all the time because he's always talking, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah. He's just an overall very skilled player. I can't really think of anything bad to say. Like, he does most of the thing correctly. I think so far he's done a lot of like unexpected roams early on that has created us a lot of advantages, and I think that's what he should get the most praise for.
Do you think it's fair for people to characterize him as like the in-game leader of Cloud9? Because everybody always tries to decide like who's the captain, who's the leader, who's the shot caller. I know oftentimes it's a little bit more complicated than that, but with Smoothie, you know, we so frequently hear about his communication in game. So do you think he's like the in-game leader of the team?
He's the guy that talks the most, but I don't know if we have like a set leader. I think we all contribute to calling stuff. I think everyone, like most of us, just participate when it comes to like calling stuff in game. I wouldn't say he does anything like more than the rest of us.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of like a leader, but at the same time, I don't think he's like, you know, controlling the entire like comms by himself. We all definitely contribute in one way.
Yeah. That's good. Would you say anything about Smoothie? How about a good story? Any funny stories involving Smoothie? Anything interesting? Anything embarrassing? It's his birthday, so we can kind of talk about him. What's it like living with him? Does he have any interesting quirks? Does he know you at all? You can take as long as you need. Edit. We can just fast forward this footage if we need to.
I don't know, actually. I can't really think of anything like embarrassing or weird stuff that Smoothie's done.
Just a normal dude.
Yeah, I think he's just mostly normal from what I've seen. I haven't seen anything like super weird or anything.
Well, I don't know if I've ever met a pro player who's very normal. You know, pro players, you guys are all kind of kooky and weird in your own way.
Yeah.
So it probably means he might be the most strange of all the pro players because we don't know anything about him that's abnormal.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think he's like normal and we'd be weird, if anything, because he's too normal for us.
Yeah, okay. Too normal. He's hiding something. Is there anything that you would say to any of the Cloud9 fans?
Thanks for supporting me, and let's make this a great year.
Okay. Indeed. Thank you so much, Jensen. Happy birthday, Smoothie. You can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed that interview. I certainly did. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe because, in partnership with Omni/, we got a bunch more interviews coming out from LCS. Make sure you don't miss them.